What if drinking water first thing in the morning isn't always as healthy as you think? We've all heard how important it is to hydrate after waking up. But what if this common wellness habit could actually harm your health when done the wrong way? Now don't get it twisted. Water itself isn't the enemy. But when you combine it with certain everyday mistakes, especially on an empty stomach, it can lead to surprising issues, from nausea and dizziness to long-term stress on your kidneys, heart, and digestive system. Most people celebrate morning hydration as a must-do habit, but very few ever talk about the potential risks, especially for older adults whose bodies are more sensitive and reactive to sudden changes. Here's the truth. When you wake up, your body is in a fragile transition phase. Hormones are recalibrating. Blood pressure is still rising. Electrolyte levels are often depleted. If you flood your system with water too quickly, or at the wrong temperature, or without essential minerals, your body can react in unexpected ways. You might not feel the effects right away, but subtle symptoms like bloating heart palpitations, cold sweats, general discomfort, or weird feelings could all be quiet red flags from your body trying to tell you something's off. It's easy to miss the connection, but once you understand what's happening behind the scenes, it all starts to make sense. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common mistakes people make when drinking water in the morning that could actually backfire on your health. Each one may seem harmless, but together they represent a hidden danger that most people never notice until it's too late. Stay tuned until the end. The final mistake is the most dangerous of all. This might just change the way you think about your entire morning routine. If you truly care about supporting your digestion, keeping your heart rhythm steady, and starting the day with a clear, focused mind, then you need to hear this. Because what we're about to share could be one of the most surprising and important health lessons you learn all week. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1. Drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach. It sounds harmless, even refreshing, right? Many people love the jolt of ice-cold water first thing in the morning. It feels like it wakes you up and cuts through morning grogginess. But what if we told you that this common habit could be shocking your body in all the wrong ways, especially as you age? Here's the truth. After a long night's rest, your body is in a gentle rebalancing mode. Your blood vessels are slightly constricted. Your digestive system is quiet. Your metabolism is slowly reactivating. And then, bam, you hit it with a blast of ice-cold water. This sudden drop in internal temperature acts like a cold shock, forcing your system into emergency mode. The muscles in your stomach tense up. Blood vessels constrict even further. Your digestive enzymes get delayed. Your core body temperature has to adjust abruptly, putting unnecessary stress on your heart, kidneys, and nervous system. For younger people, this might just be an uncomfortable hiccup, but for older adults, whose systems are more sensitive and slower to recover, this seemingly small habit can cause real disruptions like cramping or bloating cold, tingling fingers, sluggish digestion, a sudden wave of dizziness or pressure in the chest. Let's talk about Eleanor, a vibrant 76-year-old woman who began every morning by gulping down a glass of ice water from the fridge. She loved the instant refreshment, but over time, she noticed her stomach would cramp, her fingers would go cold, and she felt off for hours afterward. After speaking with her doctor, Eleanor made a small change. She switched to room temperature water in the morning, and the difference? Incredible. Her digestion smoothed out, her hands stayed warm, and most importantly, her mornings became calm, grounded, and pain-free. The truth is, many of the aches and discomforts we associate with aging may actually come from habits that no longer serve our bodies. What felt energizing at 25 may be disruptive at 75. So, if you've been reaching for that ice-cold glass out of habit, take a moment to pause. Give your body the gentle awakening it deserves. Start with lukewarm or room temperature water, something close to your body's natural state, and let your organs wake up smoothly and safely. They've carried you this far. It's time to carry them with care. Mistake number 2. Drinking water too fast or in large gulps. There's something deeply satisfying about quenching thirst with a long, steady gulp of water, especially right after waking up. But here's the hidden danger. When you drink too fast or in large amounts immediately after rising, you may be throwing your entire system off balance before the day even begins. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening inside your body. When you wake up, your body is still transitioning from a restful, restorative state into full alertness. Your internal systems, like blood pressure, heart rate, digestion, and kidney function, are gradually recalibrating. Your stomach lining is more sensitive. Your blood vessels are expanding. Your electrolyte levels are still low. Then suddenly, without warning, you flood your system with a full glass of water, all at once. Even if it's room temperature, this rapid intake can jolt your organs into reactive mode. What can it cause? Bloating or a distended stomach, dizziness or lightheadedness, nausea or discomfort that seems to appear out of nowhere, acid reflux or gas, especially in those prone to digestive issues. Why? Because your kidneys get overwhelmed trying to manage the sudden surge. Your electrolyte balance, already delicate in the morning, gets diluted too quickly. The stomach expands before it's ready, and the vagus nerve, which helps regulate blood pressure and digestion, can misfire, triggering a whole cascade of strange sensations. And for older adults, these effects can be even more pronounced. As we age, the body's ability to regulate fluids and electrolytes becomes more fragile. What feels like a healthy hydration habit might actually be undermining your energy, stability, and digestion. Take Walter, a 72-year-old retired coach who believed in starting strong. His routine? Wake up, stretch, and down a full bottle of water before his feet even hit the floor. But over time, he began experiencing odd symptoms: dizziness, a cloudy head, even occasional palpitations. Perplexed, he turned to his doctor. After explaining his disciplined hydration routine, the cause became clear. He was flooding his system too quickly, before his body had a chance to stabilize. The solution? Simple. Walter began sipping slowly, stretching his hydration over 15 to 20 minutes instead of mere seconds. The results were immediate. No more dizziness, no more tight chest, no more foggy mornings. There's a rhythm to hydration, and when you learn to honor it, especially first thing in the morning, your body responds with clarity, calm, and strength. So treat your water like medicine. Sit up, breathe, sip with intention. Let your body receive what it needs, not resist what it doesn't expect. A few mindful minutes in the morning can prevent an entire day of discomfort. If you're still with us and this insight resonated with you, drop a 2 in the comments to let us know you're learning and growing with us. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed, now's the time. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video that could change the way you live, feel, and thrive. Ready for the next insight? Let's move forward. Mistake number 3, drinking from plastic bottles left overnight. Sometimes the real danger isn't in the water itself, it's in the container you're drinking from. Many people with good intentions keep a plastic water bottle beside their bed. It feels convenient, even comforting, to wake up, reach over, and take that first sip without leaving the warmth of the covers. But what if that habit, so small, so seemingly harmless, is actually adding silent stress to your body? Here's the truth. When plastic bottles sit out overnight, especially in warm bedrooms, near lamps, or in direct sunlight, they begin to leach chemicals into the water. One of the biggest culprits is BPA, bisphenol A, a compound often used in older or lower quality plastic containers. And even if your bottle is labeled BPA-free, there's no guarantee it's truly safe. Many BPA substitutes like BPS or BPF can mimic the same harmful effects, especially when time and heat come into play. These compounds are known as endocrine disruptors, chemicals that mimic hormones in your body and interfere with how your glands function. And if you're someone managing thyroid problems, blood pressure, blood sugar, or hormonal shifts in later years, even small daily exposures can tip the balance. These aren't changes that hit you overnight. They show up slowly, through increased fatigue that feels harder to shake, mood swings you can't quite explain, digestive issues that seem to come out of nowhere, subtle but persistent headaches or bloating. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 78-year-old grandfather and retired librarian who took pride in his morning routine. Every night he'd refill a store-bought plastic water bottle from the tap, place it on his nightstand, and drink from it the next morning. It became a ritual. But he didn't realize that the bottle sat just inches from a warm lamp, and sometimes even caught the morning sun. Over time, Stanley began experiencing strange bloating, unexpected headaches, and dips in his energy that puzzled both him and his doctor. His diet hadn't changed, neither had his medication. Then, after reading a few articles and speaking with his nutritionist, he made one small shift. He ditched the plastic and switched to a glass bottle. He also started filling it fresh every morning instead of letting it sit overnight. Within a few short weeks, the difference was clear. His energy stabilized, the headaches stopped, and the bloating vanished. We often underestimate the impact of the everyday materials around us, but for aging bodies, even minor exposures to synthetic chemicals can slow your liver, stress your hormones, and weaken your resilience. So if you've been reusing old plastic bottles or sipping from a container that's been sitting out for hours, it might be time for a gentle upgrade. Choose glass. Choose stainless steel. Or at the very least, fill your water fresh each morning instead of relying on what sat through the night. Sometimes the smallest changes bring the greatest peace of mind. If you're still watching and this point struck a chord, comment 3 below to let us know you're with us. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Because every week we share insights like this to help you live with more clarity, calm, and confidence. Let's keep going, because the next one might surprise you even more. Mistake number 4. Drinking water on a very full or very empty stomach. After taking medications, mornings are a sacred reset for the body. After hours of fasting, your system is gently waking up. Organs are rebooting, hormones are balancing, and your stomach is preparing for the day ahead. But for many older adults, mornings also bring something else: medications. Whether it's blood pressure pills, thyroid medication, or pain relievers, these tiny tablets come with a powerful mission. But what most people don't realize is this: how you take them, especially in relation to water and food, can dramatically change their effectiveness and how your body feels. Let's break it down. Drinking water too quickly or in large amounts on an empty stomach right after taking medication can cause nausea, stomach discomfort, reduced absorption of the medication, irritation of the stomach lining, and drinking water on a full stomach right after a big meal can do the opposite, diluting stomach acids, slowing digestion, and making it harder for some medications to break down properly. Remember, your digestive system isn't just a passive tunnel. It's a delicate balance of acids, enzymes, and timing, and medications interact with that balance in different ways. Let's talk about Margaret, an 80-year-old retired school teacher who had always been diligent about her thyroid medication. Every morning, like clockwork, she'd wake up and take her pill with a tall glass of water. Then, like clockwork again, 30 minutes later, the nausea would hit. No change in diet, no new medications, no obvious cause. After a check-in with her doctor, they uncovered the issue. She was drinking too much water, too quickly, on an empty stomach, and not giving her body enough time to adjust before breakfast. With one simple adjustment, taking the pill with just a few small sips, then waiting 45 minutes before eating, the nausea vanished. Even better, her blood work at the next visit showed improved medication effectiveness. Sometimes we overlook our morning habits, especially if they've been the same for years. But as we age, our bodies change, and the way we react to medications, water, and food changes too. So if you've been waking up with unexplained queasiness, medications that don't seem to work like they used to, subtle digestive discomfort, it might be time to look closer at how you're starting your day, when you drink, how much you drink, and what your body really needs in that moment. Even a small shift, like sipping gently instead of chugging, can restore balance and help you feel better throughout the day. If you're still watching and this message resonated, comment 4 below so we know you're with us. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell to stay connected. We've got more. Mistake number 5, skipping breakfast and replacing it with only water, a healthy habit that may be silently holding you back at first glance. Skipping breakfast and starting your day with a tall glass of water might seem like a disciplined, health-conscious choice. You may feel like you're giving your body a break, keeping calories in check, or following the trend of intermittent fasting. But for older adults especially, this seemingly simple habit can quietly drain your energy, cloud your focus, and throw your body off balance, often without you realizing it. When you wake up, your body is coming out of a fasted state, your glucose levels are low, your brain is craving fuel, and your muscles need nutrients to function properly. Drinking water is absolutely beneficial. It jumpstarts hydration and helps flush the system. But water alone does not provide the essential carbohydrates, protein, and fats your body needs to function optimally. Worse still, if you follow that water with a cup of coffee on an empty stomach, you might suddenly feel jittery, anxious, or emotionally flat by mid-morning. Many people mistakenly blame these symptoms on aging, stress, or poor sleep, when in reality, they're often just signals of nutritional deficiency. Let's look at a real-life example. Alice, 69, read online that drinking water in the morning could boost metabolism, and that skipping breakfast was popular among health influencers. So she ditched her usual morning meal and started drinking only water until noon. At first, she noticed a slight weight loss, but soon after she began to feel chronically tired, forgetful, and emotionally low. Her daughter noticed she was repeating herself in conversations. Concerned, Alice visited her doctor, only to learn that she had no underlying medical issue. What she lacked was steady morning glucose in to nourish her brain and body. Once Alice reintroduced a light, balanced breakfast, like eggs and fruit or oatmeal with nuts, her energy bounced back. Her mental clarity improved. She felt like herself again. Why skipping breakfast can be risky, especially as we age. As we grow older, our bodies become more sensitive. Many are managing medications, hormone fluctuations, or chronic conditions that require stable blood sugar and nutrient support. Skipping breakfast can put the body in a deficit that's difficult to recover from throughout the day. Think of breakfast as kindling for your inner fire. Water alone might spark a flame, but without food, the fire won't catch. It flickers, weakens, and burns out. Add the right kindling, nourishment alongside hydration, and you ignite a steady, sustainable energy that carries you forward. A balanced morning routine for energy and vitality. Drink water mindfully. Yes, hydrate, but sip it slowly or warm it up slightly for better absorption. Pair it with nourishment. A small, protein-rich meal in the morning can improve focus, mood, and stamina. Avoid plastic reuse. Use clean, BPA-free bottles or glasses to avoid chemical exposure. Final thoughts. Morning routines are powerful. They don't just set the tone for your day, they shape your energy, your clarity, and your confidence. And while drinking water first thing has its merits, it's not a magic bullet. It's most effective when part of a thoughtful routine that respects where your body is today, not where it was 20 years ago. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness, about being kind, attentive, and responsive to your body's current needs. Sometimes, the most powerful shifts come from small, consistent changes. You've taken the time to learn, reflect, and invest in your well-being, and that says something about you. It says you're still growing, still listening, still choosing to live with intention. That mindset alone adds strength to your days, so tomorrow try one of these changes. See how your body feels when it's met, not with restriction, but with care. Thank you for spending time with us today. If this resonated with you, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Tell us one insight you're taking with you and how you plan to use it. Your voice matters to us, and your story might just inspire someone else. And if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform, uplift, and empower you. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care of yourself. You deserve it. Powerful insights ahead to help you live stronger, healthier, and with greater awareness.